Why do all psychics have slightly different belief systems? Training, exposure, development, the desire to learn something new, the way that you are trained, and the natural, potent talent, ability that you already exude. And again, the desire to learn. For example, I have a disagreement with this person over here, this medium over here. And that's okay. I love disagreement. I love a healthy amount of discord because it gives you the opportunity to talk things through and to perhaps even learn something new. So let's talk about this. This person is having a really hard time identifying the differences between a heightened olfaction system through some kind of hyperosmia versus is that an actual clair. Now, if that language is overwhelming to you, then you maybe just need to do a little bit more research. But when you have a heightened olfaction system, it can feel adjacent to the clair ability of clairalients or clairgustance. Why? When we think about them as clairs, we think about them as psychic senses. When you think about them as heightened, you think about it as something slightly adjacent. Here's where it gets tricky. I actually don't believe that this creator has a clear understanding of how clairs actually work beyond training of conventional psychic work. Why do I say that? Conventionally, when we look at psychic work or psychism, we're really only identifying very loose ideas of what the sense is in that location. But when you activate it and strengthen it and develop it, and everyone does it slightly differently because of what is natural and innate to your body, your activation of that sense, that clair, must now work with pure, neutral discernment of intuition. Which means it's a little bit of the chicken and the egg, because though clairalience can be an intuitive aspect, I've got to activate this and develop it so then I can tune into my neutral perspective of insight that comes forward, which means I have a unique smell. I'm smelling something unique. I know my download is, it translates into this, and I find that my answer is correct. What I'm doing is I'm utilizing the in tandem connection between my clair ability and my heightened ability in connection to the intuition. So when you start to make some kind of remark that is trying to defend yourself, defend, and saying, but you've got to be wrong, and you've got to be wrong, and you've got to be wrong, that tells me that you are actually non-neutral because you are defensive. And a defensive technique is not a neutral developed technique. It's just simply non-neutral. So though we might have disagreements, our goal is to figure out, first of all, what do we have that is in alignment? I am sure that you probably have things that I've never heard of, and I would love to learn about those things from you, but you simply cannot learn when you're coming from a judgmental place. Now, I'm not even talking about this practitioner specifically. I'm talking about that way of thinking. That way of thinking. And again, what we're striving to do within the lightseer pedagogy and also within new seership pedagogy is to be able to go through insuration, to say that we're trying to learn something new. All the old archaic thought processes that held us back no longer serve us anymore. If that was a mouthful, because that totally was, if that was an earful, and if you are curious about learning about your intuitions, come take our free masterclass identifying what are the top mistakes that people are making when they're starting on the pathway of learning about their intuition.